knew that that play had stopped. Anyway, Phillips goes down, and the ball had gone out. Referee looks over, blows his whistle, makes the requisite noises. And in any case, I think Thomas Muller was probably offside when the ball came to him.
Can't be offside from throw-in, so he was fine.
But didn't the throw-in come and then somebody chip it over the top for him?
No, the throw-in was straight to him.
Anyway, referee clearly, made it certain that they were sorting out the substitution as Phillips gets a pat on the back and goes off.
Yeah, so Jude Bellingham, Borussia Dortmund player, comes on at the home of their great Bundesliga rivals, Bayern Munich, and, he's a slightly different type of midfielder to Callum Phillips. He offers a little bit more going forward, doesn't he? But I think England have been so under the sort of pump for these sort of 50 minutes in the game so far, they could do with a bit of solidity in there.
Yeah. Oftentimes I think that Calvin Phillips, if he played like he played for Leeds and the Bielsa, would be worthy of his place. But he's asked to do a different job in this England team, which doesn't, for my money, really suit him. He goes more box to box. Anyway, obviously Jude Bellingham brings that, doesn't he? That's what he does for his club. So it inadvertently might even help England out, but we'll see. Anyway, Gundogan goes deep to get the ball, goes back to Rudiger, just gets it out of his feet. He does have Hoffman if he needs him, but decides they're going to go the other way. Ball will break to Jordan Pickford there with David Ram trying to make some ground on the left-hand side. It's a very disjointed game, this, isn't it? In a sense, it's the game I expected. If you're going to make 7 changes that Germany made, don't expect that it's going to all drop for you and be fluid. But actually, the standard's pretty poor.
Yeah, I mean, that pass from Rudiger was actually quite a good ball, but Kyle Walker was just so quick to cover there that, he won't be trying that pass again, let's put it that way, because it was a simple backheader to Pickford who collected the ball, and Germany lost possession when they perhaps should have played it a little bit shorter. They are perhaps going for the jugular in the early stages here. Germany went a few more passes and a bit more control might serve them better.
Yeah, the ball through the middle now, but it just bounces off the leg of Musiala. And then the ball just laid back to Pickford. He's put under immense pressure there. He's able to get that ball away. It's good stuff for that from Hoffman, who now gets the byline. Ball comes in, and Musiala sliding in, but he can't get there. Pickford does. That's good play by Germany.
Yeah, again, they were hunting the blind back pass played from midfield. I'm not sure if it was Bellingham or maybe even Mason Mount who played it, but it was a real problem for Pickford. Had to come off his line and clear out for a throw-in. Again, another quick throw-in, which England weren't lined up to defend, and they've got a cross in from the byline, which Pickford had to get out and get there before the German striker who was lurking. So England, again, yard or two off the pace. Also up top, in the brains, they're not reacting to the Germans' quick thinking on throw-ins.
No, but England have had a good chance already. Harry Kane stung the palms of Neuer. You'd say on balance, Germany have done a little bit better. We saw Havertz a shot on target early. Then Thomas Muller, if you like, denied by the fact that Calvin Phillips had gone down. Raheem Sterling's possibly offside there. Flag had gone up, and so that attack for England doesn't work out. And then we've just seen Hoffman get round the back. His cutback looked all right, and then was Jamal Musiala running in, the 19-year-old. But he couldn't quite get on the end of it. These Nations League games all rammed in quick succession are certainly not what you need, having had a long season for most of the England players. 2 weeks off, as you mentioned before, kick-off, and then sort of drafted back in for this is not ideal.
I'd agree with what you say as well, but who cares essentially about this tournament, the Nations League? Because I mean, perhaps normally you would put a little bit of store in it. It's an international tournament, but coming as it does, these games before a World Cup in November, December, it really is just so much down the priority list for Gareth Southgate that you think that it's just a match to get through without any injuries tonight, really, and the result doesn't matter so much.
No, that's right. I think to some degree, Nations League is providing the opportunity for teams who are going to the World Cup to test this that player. I certainly felt that was a case in Hungary where one or two were tried. Whether we're going to see too much of Justin or Bowen in an England shirt, I don't know. But anyway, a chance to try different combinations and then pretty much forget about them. And then you get to a big tournament and you kind of just pick your best players and hope that you've got the right formation. I think about England at the minute, I think they're in a decent place where the Premier League's so strong that anybody plays in that division, by and large are good players now, playing alongside the best in the world. It's a good sort of training ground for those players. And where before, back in the day, England used to be, if we're not 4-4-2, then what are we? And all that. England can play in a variety of different formations and play them well. Everybody's that bit more savvy. There's no reason why England can't go on and win the World Cup, I don't think. But you need a slice of luck, don't you? And key cogs need to be fit, like Harry Kane, who just tries to cut inside. The ball just bounces off Klosterman's leg. And then some nice defending by Kimmich. Maybe a little bit too elaborate today, but with Hoffman, they just about managed to clear their line back to England. And Declan Rice just drops his shoulder, prods it forward, but Trippier can't get on the end of that.
Yeah, I agree with what you say about England's tactical flexibility. It is going to be crucial at the World Cup. We've seen it through Gareth Southgate's time in charge that he's chopped and changed a little bit from 3 at the back. Of course, it was 3-4-3 against Germany when they played at Wembley just last summer, and now he's going with a 4-2-1-3 formation tonight. But it's also the formations he's playing against as well. And I think it's good that he's got this formation out with 3 attacking players up against a 3-man defence for Germany. If England get enough ball, that is not good for Germany to be one-on-one with those 3 at the back, and that's going to give Hansi Flick a nightmare if England can get finally a foothold in this game.
Look at Calvin Phillips getting work done. He doesn't look happy, does he? Let's hope that there's nothing too bad there. Good news for him would be, there's a long time now till the start of the season, but he needs another injury like I need a hole in the head. The other thing about the World Cup, I suppose, is that whatever they try and do, and although that it's obviously going to be played in a more sort of temperate time of the year in Qatar, it's still probably going to be hot, isn't it? So, and equally, England are a team who used to be a bit of a hot potato team, didn't they? And but now control the ball as well as any team. Bar the obvious Spain or something like that. They're not behind too many, are they?
Maguire's just come through Havertz to win a header. He wins the header cleanly, but he's got his hands over the back of Havertz's his neck and his head there, which the referee spotted, and that's why he gave Germany the free kick. I think all these games, the preparation games in the Nations League, glorified friendlies, whatever experiments being made by managers, results in them really don't matter. Look at what happened to Italy. Don't qualify for a World Cup. Do nothing in the Nations League. Go to the Euros. Win the Euros. That's how you do it. You can experiment and you can come alive in a tournament. You can sort of get that chemistry right in the tournament that gets you there. And I think that's what Gareth Southgate wants to do. Result matters little here. It's about getting that chemistry. So when they go to Qatar, and with the tactical flexibility, they can gel as a unit and win a tournament finally.
Well, here's a real opportunity for Germany. They're bursting through now, and the shot is into the back of the net, and it's a great goal from Jonas Hoffman. Had the flag gone up there, he looks round. Well, it looked like he made a clean break there. Hansi Flick looks on, but the flag had gone up, and clearly Hoffman's gone just too soon there. Only just offside.
Yeah, he sort of stutters in his initial run, doesn't he? So he makes a run from inside his own half, but doesn't time it. And then, well, yeah. The question there is, when the ball was played, was he in his own half? And the answer is no, so it's going to be offside.
Yep. And again, there's a little bit of moaning going on. So far, Germany put the ball in the back of the net twice, but it's still 0-0. Anyway, we're halfway through the first half. You're listening to Independent Off-Tube studio commentary of the game at the Allianz Arena in Munich. Germany 0, England 0. I'm John Hogan. And to take us through to half-time is Simon Barlow.
Cheers, John. Yeah, play hasn't yet restarted. There has been a VAR check on that goal. Referee is Carlos del Cerro Grande, a Spanish police agent. I'm not sure what that's.
You know what? He's a good referee. He's much better than that other fellow, Matthew Lahoz. He's a shocker. Big ego he's got. Del Cerro Grande is good. And there's another guy called Hernandez I like. Some good referees in Spain.
Well, he was waiting on his linesman to give the initial decision there, and that's why it's been ruled out. They're just checking it now to see whether Hoffman was offside or whether there was actually a touch from Maguire. But Maguire's basically being fouled there by Havertz, who's not making an attempt to play the ball. He's leaning back into Maguire. I would be shocked if this was overturned.
I can't stand this. It'd be a joke, wouldn't it? Anyway.
Offside. It's offside. So whether it's a foul or not, it's offside. So just give the free kick and let's get on with things.
Offside and a foul. You know,
probably was, yeah.
2 free kicks.
So John Stones take the free kick, pumps it forward towards Trippier off the left-hand side, nods it down to the edge of the box, and nobody there for England. Harry Maguire had peeled off to the left. So it's cleared by Schlotterbeck. Onto the chest of Havertz, linking up there with Muller, but not quite the pass that Havertz wanted back. So England tidy up with the ball back to Pickford. Again, good pressing from Germany to pressurise him, but they give it away again via Muller. Rice nutmegs the referee as it goes via Bellingham back to Pickford. And played 25 minutes of this game. Goalless, like you say, John, the ball's been in the back of England's net twice, but neither counted. The referee had blown up the first time, and the second time there was, a multitude of infringements. England have won a throw-in high up the pitch on the right-hand side. Bukayo Saka looks busy, but he hasn't really got in the game yet. The Arsenal attacking midfielder. He leaves the throw-in to Walker, who drops it into Kane on the edge of the box. Did he use his hand to control that? Referee says no, as it goes back to Rice. And now Trippier shifts it out to Sterling on the left-hand side. Got 2 defenders to take on. He tries to beat the first one for pace, but Klosterman was the equal to that. He just opened his legs there and just stretched and put the ball out for an England corner.
Yeah, he did well there, Klosterman, didn't he?
Run near post, and it goes safe for Germany, but they're still under pressure, with Sterling retrieving the ball by the corner flag. Up against 2 defenders, he plays it back to Rice and Trippier. England finally looking like an international class football team now, with Mount knocking it back to Rice. Little triangle of passes there with Bellingham, but Germany sweep it up and play it forward. Havertz lays it off. Gundogan's involved. Now Musiala seeing the run of Raum, the raiding left wing back. He plays it back to Musiala, who starts to roam through the middle of the park. He's beaten Rice's challenge onto his right foot, tries to curl a shot, hits Maguire's body, and Rice, again under pressure from Musiala, has lost it. Musiala sets up Muller, who chips it into the penalty left foot. It's flicked on by Havertz, but an easy save for Pickford in the end.
He shut up really well there, didn't he, Jamal Musiala? We're talking about him, just 19 years of age, and you know, I think his shot there is probably on target and going to beat Pickford, but for the block by Maguire, who did really well there. You know, Declan Rice is a good player, isn't he? But Musiala just sort of outstrengthened him and took the ball away from him.
Yeah, the pressure from Germany beginning to tell there. I mean, what we're seeing here is 2 sides that want to press, 2 sides that want to force mistakes from their opponents close to their own goal. And by and large, both teams are having success in forcing those errors. And now Pickford is the latest man to misplace his pass as he sends a left-footed clearance out on the full for a throw into Germany. Taken by Raum, Musiala trying to flick it on. Rice is there, so he's Walker, and Walker comes away with the ball, slots it forward towards Kane. Now he's got runners off him left and right. Mount is left, Sterling running right. He's played it out to the right for Saka now. Saka in the penalty area on his left foot, trying to set up Kane. It's behind him. And now a shot from deep there. It was Bellingham who struck it into a body, and it deflects off for a throw into England by the corner flag.
They might have done better there, Simon. They were 4 against 3, England, and Herring forward. And then there was a ball out to the right, and 2 players there. And it's like, well, you know, did Saka do the right thing? Eventually, I mean, Germany obviously are going to get numbers back, but I just felt they lost a little bit. That flick ball out to the right-hand side just cost them a split second.
Yeah, Saka cutting in on his favoured left foot was the moment where it kind of broke down. But England still on the attack here with Sterling. His pass was terrible, looking to play it back to Trippier. And it goes out for a goal kick to Germany, and they'll be relieved.
Well, I tell you what, England have done a decent job here. It's weird, isn't it? Because England have both been terrible and great. You know, at times some of the players have been inspirational. They're getting forward, they're creating, and at times they're just giving the ball away and looking super sloppy. I don't know what to make of them, but they could still go on and win the game. And I do remember a couple of years ago, I was watching Germany play Spain and losing 6-0. Ferran Torres looked like a world beater that day. And sometimes when they've got this experimental side to them, Germany, they can completely lose the plot.
They've got numbers forward here as Raum tries a crossfield switch out towards Hoffman. Good play by the retreating Trippier to head it away, although there's been an accidental collision between him and Hoffman, who was just standing there waiting for the ball before a backpedaling Trippier, who didn't see him there, has caught him on the ankle. Painful for both players. Head of Trippier or shoulder of Trippier and ankle of Hoffman, and one or both might need treatment now.
It just clips him, doesn't he? I think it's his elbow onto his ankle. That's so weird, isn't it, that you get hurt like that? And then it's like a delayed reaction from Trippier, who then he's sort of feeling his shoulders, the way that he came down. I mean, you mentioned it right before ball was kicked tonight. The England lads go on 2 weeks holiday, and then, well, get yourself in shape, lads. We're going to be playing Germany. You know, it's ridiculous. So the players let themselves go for 2 weeks, then come back, right, you're hot on it again, training. You can't really do that. And you get these stupid niggling sort of injuries and bits and pieces coming together. You know, it happens when you're not quite at 100% fitness. And just look at Kane's cut across the box. Raheem Sterling couldn't quite get on the end of that, but again, England had got round the back. I mean, you know, both teams could have scored already. This game is not going to end up 0-0.
No, I don't think so. Germany's game against Italy, which I caught on Saturday, looked like it was heading for a 0-0 until we had 2 goals in the space of 3 second-half minutes when Italy briefly took the lead, but Germany hit back through Joshua Kimmich. Kimmich has been pretty much anonymous in this game so far for me.
It's funny, isn't it? Because he could play in a variety of positions. I think they've decided he's going to be a more defensive screen and try and pick a pass and all that. He could quite equally, you know, be comfortable playing right back, right wing back, do what he wants. It's a difficult one because you always want him out there, but he's had no real effect on the game. We've just seen him chasing after a man he's not going to catch there in Mason Mount. But yeah, I agree with you. He's been quiet.
Well, England back to their full complement. Trippier is on. He doesn't seem to be too inconvenienced by the knock he got there in the incident with Hoffman. Hoffman's okay as well, and he's on the ball.
Right,
now
Sterling's
gone down. And this is off the ball, nobody around him, and this looks like a soft muscle or soft tissue injury to his muscle or his hip. And, well, this could be more serious than the Trippier incident and about as serious as the Phillips one from earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I just knew he was in trouble there a long time before he went down. Italy won Hungary 0 elsewhere, by the way. So far, you look at the stats for the game. England 44% possession, but, 3 efforts, 1 on target. Actually, Kimmich made contact with him, didn't he? He looked fairly innocuous, but he really got his sort of shoulder and hip into him. I think he'd be all right there, puffing and blowing. You never know. For me, England don't have that much on the bench, really.
No.
I I mean, weirdly enough, Grealish would be the man. I want to see Grealish play more for England. I think he's undoubtedly got the talent. He just needs to get bit more game time. I think he'd had a really disappointing season at Man City, but I've seen it happen to better players than him. Bernardo Silva looked quiet first year at Man City, so I just think he's such a class act that England somehow need to incorporate him. But I think Gareth Southgate sees his team is imbued with more hard work than skill, perhaps.
Germany have it at the back. Klostermann goes back to Rudiger, who was under pressure from Mount moments ago, his former Chelsea club colleague. Now, of course, Rudiger on the books of Real Madrid. Clearance by Slotterbeck is into space. Maguire will get there a long way before Havertz and just plays the back pass to Pickford. Pickford, who's played one or two dodgy clearances in this game, goes with another left foot drive up towards Saka, who controls and lays it back to Walker. England getting some kind of foothold in midfield now as Germany just elects not to press and sit back in their defensive positions. But an errant ball there forces Trippier all the way back, and again it's another back pass to Pickford. Been a lot of those in this game so far. Stones has come short, plays it back to the Everton keeper again, slams away a left-footed clearance up towards the halfway line. Kane jumping with Slotterbeck. It falls nicely for Saka. He passes it back to Walker, and England are on the ball again.
He's done really well there, Kane. I mean, that's a shocking ball. You know, let's get rid of it. Again, hot potato, because they can't play out of what was a half-hearted press. But then Kane makes sure he does what good strikers do, just nods the ball back to one of the blue shirts, and England have it back. England haven't got any
else, I don't. But who else is that's England quite?
Actually, I mean,
couldn't the Everton forward?
I think the thing is about it. Do we really want a long ball striker at Qatar? I would doubt that that's a good strategy.
Yeah, Germany had a chance in the box there, but Hoffman, who'd come off the right onto the left, showed that his left foot is really just for standing on, and can make a complete hash of his attempted cross. 35 minutes gone. But these last few minutes have been a little bit, I don't know, low key, should we say?
Yeah, well, the back. Germany would say, well, we've had the ball at the back of the net, but yeah, they goals that were clearly ruled out for all the right reasons. And for England, I think they've created a fair amount. I think I would have had a sneaky bet on England tonight to win, maybe a 1-0, something like that. I still think that's very possible.
German fans appear to be applauding something at the moment. I'm not sure if it's something game-related or not, as the ball's chipped forward by England and Pickford. But now Germany pick it up again. Loose ball to Muller is cleared away by Stones. Kimmich gets the header in, finds Gundu in middle of the park inside the England half. Sideways ball to Musiala. Musiala spots the run out left here from Down. It's a lovely ball to him. Down crosses to the back post. There's a chance here for a header. Oh, and it's wide from Havertz. He was climbing all over Trippier, and I'm not sure it would have counted anyway. It will be an England goal kick.
Yeah, Ram's done well to get that ball in. It looked to all intents and purposes that he was going to be closed off there, but yeah, he hooks his foot right round there.
Might be a corner, this actually. Might be a corner.
I mean, it should be. I mean, you'd have to give credit to Trippier being in the right place there. He definitely put him off. Meant Havertz couldn't quite get it where he wanted. And also then he's blocked it off. So it is a corner, and Kimmich will take it.
Yeah, Trippier did well under pressure there because Havertz had clearly out-jumped him, but he got enough on it. Here's the resulting corner from Kimmich. Hit high to the back post. Slot back there with the first head. Been chased, but Klostermann is in control and knocks it back.
Tell you what,
Rams cross to the back post, an attempted volley from Muller. The ball's cannoned up in the air. Pickford punches when he perhaps could have caught. The referee hasn't stopped the game. It will be side, so there was obviously some infringement prior to the action in the penalty area. I think it's Raum, is it, who's been declared offside from the earlier pass, or was it Hoffman?
Well,
yeah,
look at that. Raum. I mean, I'm not sure that initially the play was offside in that attack. Muller was stood offside right to start with. Just lazy from him, But anyway, yeah, it is what it is. They look scratchy, don't they? But at times they played well. David Raum down that left-hand side looked pretty good. They try to release Hoffman the other side. We haven't seen much of Gundogan. And Musiala, we were waiting to see what he's like. He's a really good player. Just a couple of times on the ball, he is showing his quality, and he's desperate to get in the box as well. I think Musiala, he's a player for Germany you're going to hear an awful lot more about.
Yeah, he played 30 games for Bayern Munich last season, scored 5, assisted 6, or it might be the other way around, 6 and 5, but either way, pretty good numbers for a teenager in that side, as Bellingham now makes a tackle to win England the ball back, then loses it to Muller. Played forward to Hoffman. Musiala, lovely feet to get away from 2 England players and make a move down the right-hand side. And then he waits for the teammates to arrive sensibly, not trying to do too much there when in attacking area. Germany go forward now with Gundogan, the Manchester City midfielder, on the ball and playing it square to Schlotterbeck, down the line to Raum. We've seen plenty of space on that left-hand side. Goes back to Schlotterbeck, and now Gundogan again, playing it short to Musiala, who feels the pressure back to goal. Challenge from Bellingham, but he's beaten that tackle and rides into the penalty area. Still going, dribbling away before a tackle from Maguire gets it away. Bellingham, who was beaten there by Musiala, has given the ball away again here for a throw into Germany, and Germany finishing the first half strongly.
Yeah, I really like what he's got. He's got that ball on a string. We've seen both Declan Rice now and Jude Bellingham do that thing where they commit and it's a last ditch. I'm going to win the ball off this kid. No, you're not. He's got it on a string. I think Grealish is a bit like that. I keep seeing players think they can take it off him and they overcommit and it's a free kick at the edge of the area. What Musiala's been able to do, instead of winning a free kick, he wants to go on with the ball, and he does. He does do that. He beats his man at the edge of the area, and that could prove vital for Germany going forward. There's a poor layback there to Pickford, and England just about get away with it.
Yeah, Pickford's clearance, actually, although he was under massive pressure, was a pretty good pass. About 60-yard pass to the feet of Saka, and he miscontrols it. And this is just gone a little bit sloppy again from England. They started the first half sloppy and are finishing in the same fashion. They're finishing the first half in the same fashion as Germany get it forward now, and there's pressure on Hoffman, who flops onto the deck, and in fact, it's Muller, who's claiming he was caught on the ankle by either Trippier or Mount. Rudiger comes across and helps him to his feet, but I think Muller was milking that for all it was worth, really, and would have been a throw into Germany anyway, probably. But they played it back to Neuer, and he hits the one up towards Muller, beaten in the air by Rice, then headed forward by Klostermann. Trippier called Rice off and then nodded it towards the edge of the German penalty area. Brought down immaculately by Rudiger, then given away by Hoffman. England have it again. Sterling, though, dispossessed by Hoffman, who tackled back after his own error. And then he chips it into space for Musiala. Lovely control there. Body shape was great there as he let the ball roll across him and controlled it on the chest. Knocks it back to Gundogan, who chips it forward down the left-hand side. The raiding Raum is the target. Has he got the pace to get beyond Walker? Yes, he has. He finds Havertz in the box. Havertz now with a defender close by. Cuts it back towards Muller. He falls in a heap, and the ball falls kindly for England as then Walker's ragged down by Havertz for an easy free kick.
Tried to shepherd the ball out there, Kyle Walker, and Havertz wasn't having it. But yes, a good play by Germany there. They're trying to get to the edge of the area and see what they've got. Kyle Walker again thinks that he's probably blocked it off, and then it's another good cutback, isn't it? And again, Kyle Walker's dead lucky with that last decision from the referee. Havertz nearly got round him, didn't he? He wants that ball to go out. Havertz is not allowing it, but they're dead unlucky there, Germany.
Well, it might be a little bit biased, but it looked like a foul all day from Havertz to me. When you see a replay, Walker's got hold of Havertz's shirt, but that's after he's been fouled. Long ball forward by Pickford from the free kick is cleared away by the German defence. Musiala, great first touch, but then Bellingham's picked his pocket and plays it forward towards Kane, but it's just run out for a goal kick with good defending there from Rudiger.
Yeah, I don't think Jermaine Beckford's played, is he? I wonder how close he might have been to an England. He might have been England C camp back in the day while he was playing for Wealdstone. I don't know.
Yeah, 3 minutes left in the first half. Jude Bellingham, the first half substitute for England. Seen a lot of the ball. He's trying to stick close to Jamal Musiala a lot, isn't he? And obviously with Musiala being a growing influence in the game, Bellingham is going to be an important figure to try and close off that avenue of progress. As Musiala makes a run in behind now, trying to make a curved run in behind the England defence, but Stones knew what he was doing there. Sort of had eyes in the back of his head, and Germany didn't play the pass in that direction. But Musiala is trying to pop up and affect the game in all kinds of areas now. And I think, like you, John, he's definitely a big figure in this game at the moment. So I think he's the sort of player that England really need to get hold of and stop being such an important figure.
No, absolutely. I mean, you've got to play your game, but part of that is being pragmatic and shutting the opposition down. Sometimes I do believe that England are a bit too sort of wrapped up in what they want to do to opposition without being, clever enough about closing people down. But I still maintain this is a 50-50 game. England got a good chance of winning it. Just need to cut out some of the sloppiness, and maybe they can go on. And incidentally, I've just looked, Jermaine Beckford was a full Jamaican international, 6 games and 1 goal.
Okay, boys. Another free kick goes Germany's way. Musiala and Muller were there quicker than Rice, who was penalised by the Spanish referee. So free kick to end the first half with Germany in position to pump this into the box. It won't be a shot, I don't think, from this kind of range. It's more like 40, certainly 35 yards plus out from Jordan Pickford's goal. Pickford stands hands on hips, not too worried. He's not even lined up a wall here. He's not expecting a shot. Kimmich over it for Germany and lifting a right-footed ball towards the far post area where it's headed on towards the back post and cleared off the line by Kane. And the shot comes in. It's straight at Pickford from Musiala.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to him there, he clips it cleanly, doesn't he? You just try to get a good shot away, and he does. But unfortunately for him, it's straight at Pickford. Let's take another look at Kimmich's ball in, was good. And, Kane, he's a good player, knows where he wants to be, and he's just helping his goalkeeper out there. 8 minutes of added time, blimey.
Yeah, it feels like a lot, that, doesn't it, for 1 or 2 injuries in the first half. But 8 minutes it is, as Germany play on with the ball chipped up towards Musiala, bumped in the back by Walker. Referee says play on as it's brought down by Kimmich. He's lost it in a challenge, and now Mount's picked his pocket. Mount to the edge of the box, lays it wide to Saka. He wants it on that right foot again, goes with a shot, and it's punched over the bar by Neuer. Better from England now.
Yeah, I like that. It's an effort on target. I do like Saka. I think he made the right choice there. He's trying to just thump it in at the near post. Neuer's a great goalkeeper and always has been, and just flicks up an arm. It's a great instinctive save, isn't it? Let's take another look at it. Arm comes up. Lots of goalkeepers would have been beaten there.
Yeah, I think Saka had to go that side this time because he was the last attack that England had when he tried to come in on his left. The defender expected it and snuffed out the danger really. Whereas this time, by going on his weaker side and hitting a pretty good shot, he just puts the question in the defender's mind for next time, doesn't it? What's he going to do? Here comes the corner, heading towards goal, and it's just behind Kane, who was on his own in 5-10 yards of space at the back post. Great corner from England, as I think it was Rice who got the header, and nobody was marking Harry Kane at the back post, but unfortunately for England, the ball didn't go quite to feet. Yeah,
again, it's one of those games. I suppose if you're an England fan, then you've got all those, the nightmares of what has happened. But I look at this really competitive England team with really good players in it. They're creating enough. And that eventually, if they feed Kane enough, he'll score a goal. So, I've got no problem seeing them score tonight. Equally, Germany look, like they've got something when they come forward. Anybody's game, this one. And although it's been a bit sloppy and the quality's been a bit below par, it's quite exciting.
Yeah, Musiala and Bellingham in a right ding-dong battle there. Bellingham dispossessed Musiala. He wasn't having any of it. Him tackled back, but fouled the England midfielder. Apparently, they're very good mates, those two, in Germany, despite playing for rival clubs in the Bundesliga. Musiala, who was born in Stuttgart, raised in Croydon, and played for the England under-21s. There's a deep ball to the back post from the free kick by Saka. It's overhit massively, and nothing that Stones could do about that as it's cleared away from the German penalty area. England will rebuild again on the halfway line. Germany a bit slow to come out and engage them at the moment, so they've got a bit of time here to work the ball forward as Walker now lifts the ball over the top. Mount's made a run in the centre-forward position. It's actually gone out towards the right now for Stones, who'd stayed up, and a clearance there from Raum as he hits the corner flag with his boot, clears it out for a throw. 3 minutes of the 8 additional already played at the end of this first half. The first half that probably the biggest headline will be Calvin Phillips' injury. How serious that is, we still don't know. Germany also had the ball in the back of the net twice. Both goals ruled out. Referee blown his whistle first time. Second time it was the combination of a foul and an offside. England have won it back again as Germany was slow to clear. And now it's the team in blue tonight who have it with Rice inside the German half. Square to Trippier. Now to Sterling off the left. Forced away by Klusterman. Now shot swapping passes with Trippier. Gets it again and starts to move towards goal. Still going. Sterling dribbling. Good tackle from Rudiger. Stops him on the edge of the box. It bounces the way of Saka, who comes in on that dangerous left foot. Strikes it well. Oh, just wide of target. England's best effort of the half, I think, there from Bukayo Saka. It was curling. It was 25 yards out, but it didn't beat Neuer.
He's taking a look at it. He hits it nice and clean. Left-footed curling. Is the keeper going to get around there? Well, he's desperate. I think he might just be saving that, but it's a good effort, and it certainly had him diving at full tilt out to his right-hand side.
Yeah, just whistle wide of the far post with Neuer at full stretch. Had it been on target, would it have beaten him? We're not quite sure, but he was certainly worried. Germany play it forward now to Havertz, who runs down the right channel up against Stones. Trying a little lollipop there, gets a cross in. It's too close to Pickford, who handles it the second attempt. And England will try and get something going just before half-time now. We thought it was just before half-time 5 minutes ago, but that's when the board went up saying 8. Stones has got it from a short throw out. Plays it to Rice. Rice square to Trippier. Sterling makes a run. That's where the ball's aimed towards. Klosterman backpedaling, heads it clear. Kane was on the touch, though, and picks it up, plays it back to Trippier. Now Rice facing forward. Saka makes a run and then stops and makes some space for Walker, the right back, to creep up. Walker looking at Saka, who faces, takes it back to goal and shields the ball from the German defenders. Knocks it back to Rice and then Maguire. Stones. Square to Walker again, the Manchester City axis. Ball chipped over the top. Saka making run between wing-back and centre-back, but Schlotterbeck too strong for him. Saka falls in a heap, and that will be a goal kick.
Yeah, and typically they've got some big guys, haven't they? You know, the big 23 Nico Schlotterbeck looks big and strong. Very difficult to get round. And, yeah, if they are at 6s and 7s at the back, you know, they've offered sort of 1 or 2 half chances, haven't they? Yeah, maybe England could still get round them. Schlotterbeck, Klosterman and Rudiger do look like an experiment, even though individually they look like good, strong players.
Yeah, Nicolas Schuler played in the Italy game on Saturday in a back 4, so he was alongside Rudiger for that one as Germany try and break forward down the left. Raum sliding to try and keep the ball in, hasn't quite managed it, and it's going to be an England throw. But Schuler's just swapped Bayern Munich for Borussia Dortmund this summer. So we'll see if he is the favoured partner for Rudiger, who you'd think would be number 1 choice for Hans-Dieter Flick. Throw in yet to be taken by Kyle Walker. Lobs it down the line in the direction of Kane, who flicks on looking for Mount. But Schlotterbeck is there and he pumps it back into the England half. Flicked on. Cleared away by Maguire. Straight to Gundogan, who's got room to move forward here. He's looking for a run from Hoffman, who's gone from out to in. Plays it back to Klosterman. Ball was half closed down by Kane, and it's back to Rudiger. Swept across to Schlotterbeck. Kimmich between the 2 central defenders has the ball now. Kimmich just ranging forward and stops when Kane is within his shadow. It's gone back towards Schlotterbeck, who works it wide to Raum again, then played back into Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan, lovely slide rule pass towards Hoffman on the edge of the box, but Hoffman better with the ball at his feet going forward, not back to goal like he was in that situation. Now he's made a run forward, but Trippier was aware of the situation and covered really well, and it's eventually cleared by England out for a throw.
Yep, he's doing all right there on that left-hand side, isn't he? You know,
yeah.
That could be a bit of a problem. I think I saw Chilwell this season at Chelsea. I thought he was superb, and then he immediately got injured as soon as I thought that. And Reece James another one playing wing back for Chelsea is another consideration, isn't he?
Saka's just denied there by a good challenge from Schlotterbeck, and now Germany try and come forward here with Musiala. Havertz has gone offside, so Musiala's got to keep it and wait for the cavalry to arrive. It does eventually get there with Muller. Back to an onside Havertz, who's popping off the left-hand side, plays it back to Kimmich. There's a movement, good little dummy there from Musiala, crossing from Raum, headed away by Maguire. Falls to Kane on the edge of the box, and the referee has brought an end to a mistake-ridden but often entertaining first half, which remains Germany 0, England 0.
At the Allianz Arena, it is Germany 0, England 0 at half-time in this Nations League game. Germany have had the ball back on net twice, both times rightly ruled out. Both keepers have had a few saves to make. We've seen Kai Havertz a shot on target. We've seen Harry Kane block one off the line. A good header from Nico Schlotterbeck. For England, they've had chances. Kane shot on target early doors. Neuer dropped the ball, then Kane a half volley over. Saka's had a couple of efforts, one flicked over by Neuer. The bad news for England is that Calvin Phillips went off early injured. At the Allianz Arena, it is Germany 0, England 0 at half-time in this Nations